Hey, what's up? What's going on? This is Jerry with Wealth Dynamics. Thank you for tuning in. I want to say, if you don't know who I am, that's totally my fault. Let me solve that for you right now. I own a company called Wealth Dynamics. We help people make money, keep it, and multiply it. And what I want to talk to you about today is where to invest if you have $50,000 to $100,000. All right. So if you're in that zone where you've got 50,000 to 100,000, what that tells me is a few things. You have income enough to actually save that much money. You're disciplined. You've actually been able to sustain that activity from the standpoint of you've done the habit over and over, and you've also been honest enough not to blow the money you've put aside in the bank. If you don't have those things, it means you aren't doing those things. You're not disciplined, you're not earning enough income, you're spending money that you save. That's why you don't have the money. Now, I'm not here to talk to you about that. I'm here to talk to you about when you do get the $50,000 or even that $100,000 range, where do you put it? If you're in a position where you earned that, you need to make sure that you don't violate the number one rule of finances when it comes to affluence. Don't stop doing the thing that got you there. It's simple, okay? If you got to a point where you saved $50,000, don't stop doing the thing that got you to $50,000. Now, the trick here is there's investments out there that look attractive that will actually distract you and prevent you from doing the very thing that got you there. And if you invest in those things, you will crash. You'll stunt. You'll stop growing because now you're over here dealing with this investment instead of doing more of the thing that got you there in the first place. So 3 places that I like to put money when you're at that $50,000 range. Number 1 is what's called merchant cash advances. Small businesses sometimes have cash flow, but not capital. So let's say they need to expand, they need to hire more staff, they need to buy inventory. They need to actually borrow money, and they have payment streams locked in from customers that they will actually sell to an investor to get the money up front. Okay, so what that means is you get this income. If you're the investor that gave them the loan, you get this income every single month, and you're probably earning anywhere from, I've seen 7% to maybe 12%, and you're not having to go do anything. Okay, the next one that I like is called land leasing. Land leasing basically means that an organization or entity wanted to purchase land, and typically they will lease that out to an oil company, a gas drilling, minerals, etc. Somebody that's going to use that land to go find natural resources. And so this group will take financing to buy the land. They'll lease the land to, let's say, an oil drilling company, and they're looking for financing. If an investor decides to be the financing, they lend money to the organization. The organization then buys the land. They pay interest to the borrower from this cash flow they're now getting from the oil company. Okay, that's called land leasing. That's number 2. Number 3 is real estate-based promissory lending. Okay, private lending. Basically, you can do this with mobile home parks. You can do this with HOAs. You can do this with multifamily real estate. It's when you lend money to an asset. Let's say an investor wants to buy, a multifamily apartment complex, commercial real estate. They need financing. They can't get it from a bank. They're qualified. You can lend them money, and they'll basically pay you interest based on the income they're earning from the building. Now, the neat thing with lending, if you get defaulted on, meaning the borrower does not pay you, you're the lender, you don't get paid, you can actually foreclose and take ownership of those assets. If it's apartments, you can foreclose and take over the apartments. If it's the land lease thing, you can foreclose and take over the land. All right. Now, the reason I did not mention things like stocks, bonds, income real estate, those types of things at that level. I don't believe in stocks and bonds at all. Don't do them no matter what level you're at. And then the income real estate, that's actually not passive. Okay. Income real estate violates that formula. If you sold stuff and that stuff helped you get $50,000 set aside, it doesn't make any sense for you to actually go buy real estate that you're going to have to go manage and be the landlord of when you could just be over here doing more of the selling to get the money back up and do the next deal. So you want extremely passive investments at this level. When you finally get to a point where you have enough income coming in from these investments, that's when you would then maybe go buy your own deal, a bigger deal that requires your time and your attention, because now it's actually paying you enough. Okay, if you're making $500 a month, that's not enough money for me to go want to shovel my driveways for my tenants. All right, so thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and tune out. I'm going to post my article in the comments. Go ahead and read up on this if you'd like to learn more about those. I own a wealth coaching firm called Wealth Dynamics, and we help people make money, keep it, and multiply it. The way that we multiply it is using the very things I just talked about. So if you would like expert advice, if you'd like somebody to shop these things for you, give you an actual plan that tells you when you should invest, what you should invest in, etc., reach out to me. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you next time.